Well, here we go. I got a little project here to do. This is an old Hondo. This belongs to my daughter-in-law, which belonged to her dad, who has passed away. And so I decided to try to fix it for her. So here we go.
Well, hey y'all. This is a guitar project that was brought to me to fix and work on, or whatever you want to call it. Try to save it, restore it. As you can see here, the fretboard is coming off of the neck. Somebody's done some bad repair jobs on it. They put screws in it around here. Don't know what all that's about. It's got a broken bridge, missing some pins. I got a brand new set of pins I can put in this. Looks like somebody's had some kind of electronics in it at one time. We'll figure that out as we go here. So there's a wire here. I have no idea where that goes. It goes up underneath the neck somehow. But somebody has drilled holes in the side of it here. So we'll see what this is all about as I tear into it. My first concern is I'm going to get this bridge fixed, get these screws out of here, so I can get that fretboard off, so I can get all that cleaned up and get the fretboard glued back on, and see if we can't make this guitar playable again. It's an old Hondo, I think is what it is. Yeah, there, you can hardly read it there. Hondo guitars, and it's got the label inside of it, but I haven't really looked at it to see what year it is. It just has every appearance of being really old, but that don't mean nothing. It could be really dirty, but it's got kind of a funny looking top on it, but we'll see what we can do with it. So this will be an up and coming winter project here, something I can do in the house and not have to worry about being out in the shop where it's all cold. The bindings all look good. Everything looks like it's still intact on the body. Even the tuners look decent, they're just dirty. So we'll clean them up and take off all these old strings. They look like they've been on there since the guitar was new. So I don't know. I see stuff like this, my heart just says fix it. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, I'll bring you back in when I get more. Bye now. Well, I got the bridge off, but somebody had taken brad nails. Here they are. Taking those brad nails and tried to nail the bridge back on. And in doing so, that top brace that goes across here it knocked it loose. And it's made the top bow up here, right here in this spot. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way of clamping this down, clamping it from inside, and re-glue that brace back on there. And I'll have to do some repairs here, and probably going to end up having to make a new bridge. This one's in really bad shape. I'm going to try and glue it back together, but I think I'm going to just make a new one. But see, these holes up here are really wallowed out really bad. Even if I fix this one, I'd have to fill these back in and re-drill them. Well, I might do that just so I keep it pretty close to looking original. I don't know, we'll see what happens when I get that far. Here's another look at them other screws. I'm getting ready to take those out, see what's going on with that. I have a feeling this bracing up underneath here is all loose. I still can't figure out what that wire is there. They must have a pickup or something inside there. I don't know. Maybe that's what them screws are about. Who knows? But anyway, we'll know more when I get that far. Bring you back in a little while. So it turns out this thing right here is a pickup that was screwed underneath here. That's for all them, for this, they've been countersunk for them screws. Oh, that's nice. The fretboard comes right off of there. And I've never seen this before. All the guitars I've worked on, I've never seen this kind of a system on a guitar before. I'll test it, see if it works. If it works, I'll put it back. I'll have to get some pots for it, put them in, some knobs. I probably got them here in stock. But anyway, it's interesting. I may just go. I hope it works. I hope it does work. I'll put it back. Keep me from having to repair that fretboard. As you can tell, that fretboard come right off there. So we'll be definitely gluing that back on. It don't look like the frets. Yeah, the frets need to be replaced too. So I may do that too. And terrestrial's all cattywampus, so somebody's screwed that up. It looks like to me. Yeah, that's all it is. They've over adjusted it here. So I'll flatten that back out, stick that back on there. Go ahead and re-glue the fretboard, and then we'll clean the back of that up, glue that back on, and then of course clean this neck up. It's got some kind of goofy glue on there. We'll get that all cleaned up, and well, this may not be as bad a repair as I thought it was going to be. Everything underneath here feels fine. Nothing feels like unglued. The only bad parts here where the bridge was at, they actually had some of the pegs were glued in. I had a hard time getting them unstuck, but I got them out. So this will be the major part of the repair right up in here. And I think I have enough fret wire. I may have to order fret wire. I don't know. I'll have to look, see what I got left. Somebody's definitely ground on these. Every one of them have flat tops on them. I don't know. I may be able to recrown them. They don't. Those divots that's in there aren't that deep. So I may just recrown it. We'll see what happens there. Alrighty. Well, that's it for today. I'll bring you back in when I get more done. Bye now. Alright, so I had to fix the truss rod. It was all froze up, crudded up and all that. Got it all nice and loose now. Yeah, so that should be working fine now. But it's just a one-way truss rod. I was hoping it was a two-way, but it's a one-way. And so anyway, that's where we're at with that. Yeah, I'll bring you back when I get more. Well, all right, on our project guitar today, my son and I came out to the shop and we made a little system here. This board comes across here and pull the top down, make it nice and flat. And I don't know if we can see it, but what I'll do is after I pull them out, we made some little clamps in here, and what it virtually does, it pushes. It's on a bolt, and it pushes up another piece of wood on a wing nut, and pushes and braces up into place, and that seems to be working really good. And it beats buying than anything for it. So we're going to let this sit and dry for a few hours, and then I'll take the clamps off, and then I'll come back and show you how we made us a jig for the inside there, so that we can separate that. And worked out really good. It was really, really exceptional in that way. So anyway, we'll let this dry for a little while. And we just noticed a little while ago, this neck's got a little bit of a gap here. So I'll be addressing that next. And then
Then I went ahead and ordered a bridge for it, so that's supposed to be here Tuesday. This is Sunday right now, and so that'll be on Tuesday. I'm going to try to get this all up and going before my son has to leave. He's out here visiting, and so I ran around a week to get this done. So we'll see if we can't get her done so I can send it home with you, so I don't have to ship it or nothing, and get her playing like it's supposed to be. So, like I said, next thing up after this dries for a little while, we'll address this neck issue here, which ain't a very big issue. I might just squirt some CA glue down in there and see if we can't clamp her up a little bit. And well, we'll see when I get there. Somebody else has already put some glue in here, so I don't know what kind of glue they use, but it's not very good stuff. So I may just go ahead and pull the neck and re-glue it. So, all right, I'll bring you back in later on.
All right, this is what my son and I came up with to fix this guitar with. What we did was, this slides down through the hole here, comes up against that brace. Then you take this wing nut and you spin that around, and that lifts this up against that brace. Did this one first, and then did the second one. We made this, slides in right on top of that, does the same thing, spin that around. You can see right here where the blue line is, where it was on there. And that pushes up against that brace. Let it set and dry. Worked out clean, as slick as anything. It was a little difficult getting these wing nuts to come up, but we did it. And so now the top's all nice and firm again. It's got a little tiny bit of a belly still right there, but I think I'm just going to sand some of this off right here to make it more flat. And then we'll get the new bridge. I'll see how far out here it goes, and we'll clean all this paint stain or whatever that is right on this guitar. Clear that all off there for the new bridge. Use my jig I made for that, and we'll sandwich that down on there. And that should do it for that. Yeah, I still got to look at the neck here, the neck issue here. But I'll do that another day. Alrighty, talk to you later.
Alright, I'm going to get ready to pull these clamps off. My bridge came in that I ordered. It's not quite as wide as the older one, but I think I can get it to work. And I just need to level it off here some more, because these holes that somebody put in here just really screwed that top up. So I need to level that a little bit. Find position for this. And I got to drill the holes in there all the way through, because see, they didn't drill all the way through from the factory. I take it these are holes they had in there for the CNC machine. That's what it looks to me like, because they don't come all the way through. So anyway, we'll get that position and glued on today. What I have is I have one of these. I made this myself. It's I call it my bridge clamp. This is my bridge clamp. I used it many times on a lot of guitars. Let's see if I can get it out of the bag. That's my clamp I made. I use these pieces here. They go underneath that right there. That'll help hold the wings down. And this little metal piece here.
Goes on the bottom side of that, and that sandwiches it all together. And of course, these go down through the bridge pin holes. Works out really well. Beats trying to put a bunch of clamps in through that hole, which I don't have those anyway, so I made that. My original one, I made it all out of metal. It worked fine, but it didn't work as good as this one. And these screws that I have in there, this is I think that's just some poplar I had laying around. And these screws are from one of those TV stand that you put on your wall. Yeah, some those, you buy that bag. It has all the extra screws and nuts and bolts in it. That's where these are from. And I just took my tap and die and threaded that wood and put that bolt in there, and it works fine. You don't need a lot of pressure on it, and just enough to help hold it down so the glue can dry. So that's my project for the day. Hoping to get this all done. Get it strung up by tomorrow, because I think tomorrow or the next day it's going to go home and with my son. Their vacation's just about over with, and they need to get home. So I'm working really hard to get this done today. Some of these holes that are in here, I'm just going to fill it in with some toothpicks and go through my art set and try to color match some paint and leave it that. I'm thinking about, even though I checked out that pickup that was in here, it does not work. So it must have a broken wire inside somewhere. And I tried to get it to work, and it just won't work. So I'm thinking about go ahead, screw it back in there, and just put the screws back in there. It's something her dad did to the guitar, so might be all right just to go ahead and leave it that way. And go ahead and leave the holes in the sides of it here. That's something her dad did to it, so just leave it the way it pretty much is. And remember, it's her dad. And so anyway, that's where we're at. The new bridge came with a new saddle, new pins, all that stuff. It came with another nut. So we'll check out the nut that's on here, making sure that it's kosher. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get these clamps off, and I'll bring you back in when I get more. Alrighty, bye now. Well, alright, I got the bridge gluing on here. There's my fancy dancy bridge putter on her 7000. Got that all, we had to flatten the top out a little bit here in the middle here, where they had the bridge pins glued in. The wood had swollen. What they said, this is a plywood top. So it's not a very high-end guitar, but again, a lot more sentimental value to this than what it's worth. But working out great. So I'll let this sit all night, and then I'll pull it, and then we'll do some finishing work on it, and then string her up and see what she does. I'll probably have to adjust the truss rod because I left it in neutral after I got it unfrozen. My old timer's clicking in really hard today, so you have to forgive me. That ain't no joke. I really do have Alzheimer's. So anyway, all in all, I think it's coming out pretty good. I went ahead and put that pickup back in there. Went ahead and put them screws back in there. I think I mentioned that earlier. I put them back in there because it's something her dad did to the guitar, so we'll just leave it like that. And then, well, anyway, sometime tomorrow, this thing will be strung up and playing, I hope. And I'll do a little dance on it or something, some kind of little tune, and I'll record it so you can all hear how it sounds. Alrighty, I'll be talking at you. Bye now. Well, here we go. Here's the finished guitar. Well, pretty much finished. My son and daughter-in-law want to see how they put strings on these things, so I'm going to wait and put the strings on it a little bit here. But this is pretty much it. It looks like I put the truss rod cover back on. I'll get that out and put that on after I get done doing this. There's the cover for it. I need to clean it. But whole lot of difference from where it came into the shop. Looks a whole lot nicer. Boy, I tell you, I was cleaning it. You ought to have seen all the tar and nicotine that come off this guitar. My rags kept, these paper towels just kept, there's some of it right there. See how dark that is? Just kept coming off black and black and black. I finally got it where it's nice and clean. See how nice and shiny it is now? Feels good when you touch it now. Don't feel like it's gonna get something off of it. Here's the back side of it. Still got some buckle scratches and stuff like that in it, but you know, that's just part of its character. But anyway, all in all, I think it came out pretty good. The tuner's cleaned up really well. Had to tighten up on the screws here because they were all loose. The gears were rattling. I elected to go ahead and leave the holes that somebody drilled into it. That's part of something her dad was doing to the guitar when they put this pickup underneath here that doesn't work no more. I decided to just go ahead and leave it in there just because it's something her dad did, my daughter-in-law's dad. And anyway, so next step will be putting strings on it. Oh yeah, here's my fix. The butt of the guitar was all wallowed out really bad back here, so I had one of these. This right here was for a input-output jack, and what I did, I fashioned a piece of wood on the back of this, so I had something to screw the strap button onto. So that's all nice and secure now. It's nice, really nice in there, and it looks like it belongs there. It doesn't look out of place. That was a nice fix for that instead of trying to plug it and all that stuff. What happened is whoever wallowed that out also broke the block of wood that's in there. It goes inside here, inside the guitar. The only way to really fix that is you'd almost have to remove the top or the back and get in there and replace that block. And so this was my fix for that. And it worked out really good. It looks like it, like I said, it looks like it belongs there. Doesn't look gaudy or anything. And if anybody wanted to later on put electronics in it, all I do is pull this out and put the jack in it. It'd be easy peasy. So anyway, all she wanted was to have it work playable and looking like something again. And if you watched the whole video by now, you'll see that that bridge was in pieces. The fretboard was off, so we re-glued that. Had to re-glue in two of the braces on top. My son and I made a device to do that. That worked out really good. And that's about all for now. And once they get over here today, then this is their last day here. So what we'll do is I'll show them how to put the strings on it, and then tune her up, and I'll make one quick video of me playing it, and then they'll be on their way. Alrighty, I'll talk to you all later.
Well, all right, here's the little old Hondo. It's been put back together, got strings on it. Showed my son and daughter-in-law how to put the strings on it. The action's a little high on here, but I don't have time to do any more work to it, so they'll bring it back at some date in the future, and we'll reset the. Probably going to have to reset the neck on it. But but anyway, here she is. She's up and playing. As far as I can tell by the serial number, this was made in 1970. So that's the tuners on it are not letting it stay in tune, so you'll have to forgive me on that. Well, there she is. Up and playing. My daughter-in-law's tickled to death to see her daddy's guitar back together and making some noise, and you can sure tell the difference between a plywood guitar and a solid wood guitar. But you know, it is what it is. At least it's survived this long. It's going to survive at least a few more years now. New bridge. Re-glued the bracing on the top here. Fixed the butt of the guitar. And re-glued the fretboard back on, and got it up and playing. So that's all she was asking for. So this thing will be going back home with her, and she's excited over it. And I gave my son a guitar hanger so they can hang it on the wall. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. You all be at peace, and we'll talk at you later. Bye now.
Well, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this fix of an old Hondo guitar. Please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Thank you for watching.